Okay, let's see how our garden's doing. One of my favorite flowers, lupins. We don't do anything to help this. It comes back on its own after a tough New York winter. We've got a lot of small lupins. We've made a lot of our friends happy by giving them some of these baby lupins. And here's rhubarb. We put a little bit of mulch on the rhubarb over the winter. It always comes back for us. We've already cut it and it's growing back up for a second cutting. Here's a little Swiss chard. We had a Swiss chard over in this section of the garden last year. It dropped its seeds. It's given me a free Swiss chard. And you've heard me talk before about I got to start eating healthier. This is a nice alternative to lettuce. So there's those baby lupins. They don't look very good right now because I just pounded them with water. And then I wanted to grow some asparagus. I went to Walmart and bought this for $3. I got it home. It looked all dried out. I said, how long has this been sitting on the shelf? This is never going to grow. It turned out they grew perfectly. And then underneath we've got Swiss chard and rhubarb on the left, cucumbers and corn on the right. Now this asparagus doesn't really look good because we've already cut it and had it in our frying pan and it's starting to grow back. But I just wanted to show it to you to prove that $3 purchase of dried out roots at Walmart, probably the best $3 I ever spent. But this is what I wanted to show you this video. What animal is strong enough to knock over a heavy pot of soil like that? So we got the trail cam out and let's see what we get. We always talk about we've got cats in our garden. All the neighborhood cats want to hang out in our garden late at night. They never do any damage, and I think probably they keep the rabbits away. So I never have a problem with the cats, but this is an animal I have a problem with. Raccoons tear my sweet corn apart. There's a huge raccoon that we're going to have to figure something out before my corn gets any bigger. And then I got a special treat. My wife had seen foxes across the road, and I kind of hoped at some point this spring, this summer, I would see a fox on my trail cam, maybe just one run by, and it turned out they played in my garden all night. It's amazing to see a wild animal, what they do when they don't know anybody's watching. It's really fun to see all the different behaviors they have. And I don't just have one fox, I have two foxes playing with each other. Are they going to be good for the garden or bad for the garden? If a groundhog came up to eat everything in my garden, would the foxes keep it away, or could the groundhog care less about the foxes? I definitely think the foxes would keep the rabbits away. This one fox is going to be good to me and give me some good close-ups. In a couple seconds, the foxes will start playing with each other, and it's amazing to watch them run and to turn and avoid obstacles. These foxes at night probably see better than you and I do during the day. The camera makes it look like there's a little bit of light out there, but it's absolute pitch dark with no light at all. And then the next video is going to solve the mystery about why are the foxes over in this spot. There's got to be better places to be at night than my garden. And you can see the fox over on the left. He listens, then he digs. He pulls a worm out of the ground and eats it. We've all seen a bird pull a worm out of the ground. Last year I showed you a raccoon eating a worm out of the ground. And it turns out worms are on a fox's diet too. I never knew that. And I don't put a trail cam out every night, but I'm seeing a pattern. When I rototill the garden, the animals definitely come around looking for the worms. And did I say I've got one, two foxes? No, I got 3 or 4 foxes. And it's amazing to watch them all play at this age. I wonder if that's the same fox that gave me a close-up before. And now in the last video, over on the right, you can barely see it. A fox has found a toad. I think maybe if I was starving, you could talk me into eating some worms for protein, but I can't imagine having toads on my diet.